everyone. This is the astrology for April 29th through May the 5th, as you can see here on this little calendar thing. So, let's talk about what you're going to encounter. So, throughout this whole week and throughout the whole month, but we'll talk about 1 week at a time, you have Jupiter in retrograde, which is the first thing. Now, Jupiter in retrograde is all about interchanges. And the reason why is because you're becoming more wise, actually. Okay? You're expanding yourself for more growth. So this is a time where you feel like you're a little bit confused, or you don't know what's going on. There may be little instances in your life that seem like luck or bad luck, okay? But it's all for growth, for your growth one way or another. Conflict and defeat. Okay, so what this card is telling me is this is about things that you have been going through in your life over and over again, right? Things that need to pass. Okay, sometimes things come into your life to let go. Sometimes things come into your life for you to learn to expand more. And that's what the Jupiter in retrograde this week is trying to tell you. So next we have Saturn in retrograde. Saturn in retrograde is about getting rid of bad habits, negative people, fears, things in your life that no longer fit you anymore. Okay, that's what this comes in for. It brings about challenges in your life. You have the solar plexus chakra, and this is about your self-esteem and your confidence. So during this time, you could find a little issue with your confidence and your self-esteem, feeling like having fear about situations, not really knowing what's happening, especially being paired with Jupiter because of all the interchanges that you're going through. Next, we have Pluto in retrograde. Pluto in retrograde talks about cleaning up your life, okay? So little challenges that you've had in the past, issues that you are dealing with, those are coming to the forefront right now. And this week, lots of major arcana cards. So these things are coming to the forefront, and they're going to shake up your existence, okay? Because you need to transform them. They're going to transform you from the inside of who you are, so you can become someone new and become more in sync with who you are, more in sync with yourself, more in sync with your relationships, more in sync with your path. Okay? Next, we have the North Node in retrograde. Now, your North Node in retrograde right now talks about redirecting your life plan. So all of these things are happening to shake you up, making you feel like, oh my God, what is happening? And the North Node is trying to get you back on your life plan. Okay, that's what the North Node is doing. But being in retrograde, you're not sure if your life plan fits with you. You're not sure if you're on the right path. And that's what you are busy trying to figure out here, right? So I feel like with these two cards, there are going to be things that ignite your passion. I feel like you might feel like there are some setbacks in growing old things and bringing new things to the forefront, especially when it comes to your career. I'm also hearing give and take in relationships and with certain people. Okay, it's like you're looking for more in those relationships where they were settled and fine. It looks like there's more that you're actually looking for this week. So Monday on the 30th, you have the full moon in Scorpio. Full moon in Scorpio really gets into your feelings, okay? And it brings out vulnerabilities that you have. So you're really going to feel that around this time, especially on this day. You're going to realize that you want deeper connections with people and situations. Little random relationships or associates are not going to fly-by-night romances, friends with benefits, those are not going to fit you any longer. Okay? So be careful of emotional extremes during this time because it brings out your vulnerabilities. You might get a little crazy. So just know that those are coming out. Stand your ground. So this is about listening to your heart, listening to your passions, and going with them. And I feel like you're really going to feel like that at that time. But this card also talks about realizing what it is that you're standing up for. Like, are you going with the flow of things, or are you trying to push what you want forward? Okay. So Tuesday the 1st through Saturday and on through the half of the month, the sun is in Taurus. The sun isn't being in Taurus is, I feel like you're thinking about how to make things happen. At this point, your emotions have been activated by the full moon in Scorpio. And now Taurus brings in action. Taurus is persistent about what it wants. And it needs something to be reliable and structured and be put together. And that is the concern, is this something that is going to last? Is it not? And a lot of different aspects in your life. Taurus isn't going to allow anything that's not like that. There it is, putting an end to mental conflict, putting an end to fears, feeling more empowered by yourself. There may be some confusion about ending things or starting a new cycle, being afraid of where that's going to take you. Moving at the beginning of this month. Okay? So thank you so much for listening, guys. And then we're going into your weekly readings. So this is the weekly reading for the element of water. So we're going to start with Cancer. Spirit, what do you have for Cancer? What would you like them to know, pay attention to, or be aware of April 29th through May the 5th? Cancer. 5 of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Cups, 9 of Wands, King of Cups, 5 of Swords in reverse, 8 of Swords. On the bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Cups in reverse. Wow, Cancer. So I'm getting that feeling this week that there are some issues in a relationship or a relationship situation, whether this be intimate or friend level, that you have been trying to let go of. I feel like you carry most of the brunt of the responsibility of this relationship. Like you should be the one to bring it back together. Because it also feels as though you may be dealing with someone now and they're bringing to your attention that there's a problem and you feel the need to fix it, to fuse it, to, like, you're the one with the burden that needs to be fixed. Okay? You have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. That's good. It means that you're getting along. So it means that you're learning to move past things. You are in control of your emotions, okay? I feel like you're in control of your emotional situations and you're learning how to deal with them, move forward, not let them take over you, how you feel, what you want, things like that. And you're walking away, okay? So as a form, I'm hearing, as a form of healing, like a form of therapy and healing, you're walking away from things to help yourself continue forward. It's like you're building a wall around yourself of safety. But you know that there's more to be done. You're just blocking out things that aren't going to help you, okay? I see that you are walking away from things that also have been in your life consistently that don't need to be there, whether this be people or situations, because you're now in a stronger space emotionally. But to me, it feels like the idea of it is still in your mind with the Eight of Swords. There's still some more that needs to be done. You can easily get yourself out of it, and I feel like you're working on it. I don't feel like that's anything negative. You have the King of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So with the King of Swords here, you may be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, but this is just about you finding truth. This could be someone else that's helping you find the truth. Someone that seems to be a gateway to you being honest with yourself. And they're helping you heal. Okay. I also feel like your own knowledge, your own truth about your own situations are helping you gain knowledge about yourself and this new life that you're walking into, that you're preparing for yourself. You have lots of opportunities here with the Ace of Cups. You just have to remember, that's interesting because this is the card that I was focused on. You have all of these new opportunities for new growth, maybe even love, but you have to continue forward. I'm hearing like all love and all relationships take time. You go through ups and downs and you work on them. The whole point is working on them. That's what's going to help you move forward, is continuing to work on these things and not just letting them, you know, like pass you. Okay. Yeah, it's about give and take, with the Six of Pentacles being in reverse here. Okay. So it's about having that equal give and take and not going back to old ways, because those old ways were not helping you. Old people, old situations, old philosophies. Okay, getting yourself untrapped. That's what this is about this week. Okay, so it's going to feel like you're carrying all the burdens, or maybe it's like you have to do all the work, but there is some work that you need to do, and there is some things that you need to pay attention to. So that's not bad. You have action. Exactly. Like I said, there are some things that you need to work on, Cancer. Okay. There are some things that you need to pay attention to. There are two different ways you can go about things. You can go the future. You can go the past. You can stay where you are, or you can move towards where Spirit wants you to go. And that's where that card is telling me to go with that. Okay. Okay, so next you have Scorpio. So Spirit, what do you have for Scorpio for April 29th through May 5th? What would you like Scorpio to know at this time, pay attention to, be aware of? I want music on. I kept hearing music, so I may need to meditate on something. Okay, Scorpio, you have the Seven of Swords, the Tower, the Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse. Wow, you got some strong cards. Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune is your overall energy. Now, with this being your overall energy, this may be a soulmate relationship. You may be dealing with a Gemini. I'm also hearing another air sign as well. It's very interesting because it gives a feeling of maybe you found your soulmate. Things seem to be going well in your life. I feel like you are on a path with the Wheel of Fortune. Things are being brought into your path to take you where you need to go, to be in sync with your life, because that's what you wanted. And I feel like you manifested this coming into your life. You are the Seven of Swords. Be careful about being your own worst enemy, okay? There may be truths that are being brought to you that you may not want to deal with, or that you may not want to see when it comes to people or situations, especially with love. There may be opportunities that you're blocking off because of what has happened to you. The Tower comes because it's the shock of something coming into your life. It may be a secret being revealed, being next to the Seven of Swords, but it's also like, because the Ten of Pentacles are here, I'm feeling like it may have to do with family setting you up, family in general, building more security. I feel like you've had fear behind that in the past because of what has happened, and something this week is going to shock you back into that area where you were afraid to be in, whether it's be with family, intimate relationships, anything of that nature. And I feel like you're going to have some support there. But there is a fear of being frightened because you had already set up like this space for yourself where maybe love doesn't exist. You know, like love doesn't exist, or you don't believe that anything good can come from it. Emotionally unfulfilled, feeling like you'll never find what you're looking for, fear of being hurt. And that is what you were holding on to keep yourself safe. Well, that no longer is going to work with you this week. So that means that you might meet someone. They're not giving me any specific signs. I'm just feeling like you're moving towards being in sync with yourself, whether this be going on the path to meet your soulmate, or meeting your soulmate, or meeting the situation that you're supposed to be in within your life. But you have to be open enough with the Three of Pentacles in reverse here to cooperate, to express, to listen, to act upon your intuitions, okay? Because that is going to shake you up. Now, this may have to do with career stability. I just feel like you're building something for the future, and this is going to help you heal. But remember, with this here, you have to express yourself, okay? You have 2 threes right next to each other. And I feel like this is about communication, expressing how you feel, expressing your heart, expressing your knowledge, to heal, to get into this situation. So I feel like things are going to come to you. Things are going to shake up. It may feel a little bit wonky at first, only because you kind of used to the path that you had set for yourself. You were content where you are, but that's going to shake up because that's not what Spirit wants for you. Okay? So you have the Eight of Pentacles, the Sun in reverse, and the Emperor. So with the Eight of Pentacles, you're working on something. Okay, you were working on yourself. You were in your little cave, probably being a lone wolf, dealing with things on your own, maybe working on a new career, a new job, and things are going to shake you up because that's not the path that you were supposed to be on. I feel like that is a path that you were put on at that specific moment because you just felt like emotionally you were depleted and this was the safest way for you to go. Spirit's about to jolt you out of that, to get you back on the path and to give you more solid foundations, okay? To bring more structure in your life on the direction that you're supposed to go in. So it's not going to be happy. I feel like at first it's going to be a little depressing because, you know, you were doing your own thing and you had your own path, but it's going to assist you. I do feel like family may play a part in this, but it's going to get you where you need to go so you can start healing. I'm hearing underlying issues. They told me to pull another card too. Yeah, it may be with a fire sign, but I feel like these healing issues are going to come in fast. So be careful. Just be aware that it's going to happen. I feel like these are things like underlying healing that are going to help you in the future. Okay, so Scorpio, let's see what your overall card is. You have choice. Beautiful. So I love that this card came out. Why? Because you really do have a choice on where you want to go. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune does make changes in your life towards where you need to go. But with the Lovers card here, you have the choice to go towards love, towards career, towards moving, towards schooling. You have that choice to make these big decisions. The Tower comes because you've waited too long, but you do have a choice whether to go this route or to fight it. That's really up to you. They're telling me to read the back, and it says reconsider a commitment. You have the right to change your mind. Remember when I was talking about minds being changed? Okay. Okay, Spirit, so what do you have for Pisces for April 29th through May 5th? Spirit, what do you have for Pisces for April 29th through May 5th? Okay, Pisces, you have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Five of Swords in reverse, the Four of Cups, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, the Empress, and the Seven of Wands. Empress is in reverse. This is heavy, I think. So this week, you may not feel very beautiful, secure within yourself. But I feel like you're dealing with that this week. Okay. You're dealing with that. You understand that this is a problem that you may be having. And I feel like you're working on it. You're working on why you feel this way and what kind of perfection you're seeking, not only within yourself, but within others. And you're trying to find like strength within the situation or figure out its goal in your life, these feelings that you're having this week. So, which is interesting because you have the Queen of Wands as your first card, which if you know me in the weekly readings, that's usually your energy. That's how I started. And with the Queen of Wands in reverse, it talks about feeling not enough. being very demanding in your energy because you're not getting what you're supposed to be getting, and redirecting it in another way, not having control over, you know, that vibrancy and excitement that you can give to a room. And this is not working with you. You don't like it. You may also be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius who may be being quite mean, and they don't seem to be working towards your goals. You're not working together very well. This is very hard on you, and I feel like it's giving you a hard route this week. It's going to feel a little bumpy, a little confusing, but you don't want to go back down this route. It's very interesting because it feels like you may have dealt with this before in the past, whatever this situation is, and it seems to be coming back around again, but you want to go about it a different way. Okay, you don't want to just deal with the whole situation again. Be careful that you're not missing anything. I feel like this second time is giving you an opportunity to deal with something differently. Okay. I feel like because it's so hard that you're not very clear-minded, because you're not in your right mental space about yourself or your self-esteem, that you may not be very clear on what is happening, and you're having delays in seeing the full picture, but all you're seeing is that you're not happy, you know? You have the Lovers card, you have the Devil, and you have the Three of Swords in reverse. So the Lovers card tells me that you may feel like you have made a bad choice in a situation, and this is your time or chance to change your choices. Okay. I feel like you're gonna go back to old habits, and they feel very mental habits to me, or the way that the person that you're dealing with deals with things is coming back up again. But you don't want that. You don't want that, but I feel like you're so distracted by those little things that you're not seeing the big picture, even though you're given this second chance. So this is an opportunity, by listening to this, to see the bigger picture of what's happening. This is a struggle, but there is an opportunity to heal here, even though you don't see it. And I feel like there are going to be delays or pushback with the person that you're dealing with in resolving it. Okay. So that's why it's like, I don't feel like I have the right amount of self-esteem or energy to deal with this, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try and see what comes out of this. Okay. So Pisces, let's see what I have for you. Goals. So this card tells me to tell you to reevaluate your goals, your stance in a situation. What is your stance? Right? Are you so busy focused on dreams and small little aspects that you don't see the bigger picture? It's almost like it's out there for you to see, but you have to zone in order to see it. Okay. I feel like there's so much contemplation. There's so much. Be careful of being the person that goes, well, I let this happen to me. That's just what I do. You know, like that crying over spilled milk situation. Don't let that be you, because that is going to distract you from what the original problem is, like what the main issue is. Okay, I'm getting a picture of like the knot in the plum, you know, like the seed, the big seed. Like, what is the big seed? Not just what the sweetness is around it, but what trying to get to that seed. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. I will see you next week. I love you very much. Love and light.